Presenting the award to Anthony Grieco is Billy Ray. Billy is the Oscar-nominated writer of Captain Phillips and co-writer of The Hunger Games. He wrote and directed Shattered Glass, Breach, and the upcoming Secret in Their Eyes. He is also on the Academy Board of Governors and the Board of Directors of the Writers Guild of America.
I want to go off script just for a second because I'm moved by what I have been hearing here tonight. So I want to pass along to the five of you the best advice I ever heard about screenwriting. It came in an interview with Paddy Chayefsky, he of the 3 Oscars for Marty and The Hospital and Network. And what Paddy said was, don't think of it as art, think of it as work. Because when a writer is stuck and he or she asks another writer for help, that second writer doesn't come in and say, what's the art problem? That second writer says, what's not working? And they get under the hood and they fix it. I can tell you that if you were a mechanic, you wouldn't spend 2 hours in Starbucks waiting for your muse to land on your shoulder and tell you to fix the carburetor. You just fix the goddamn carburetor. 95% of what you do in your career will be problem solving. You have a character that's here, and you need to get him or her to there, and you just have to find an artful way to do it. The grace and the efficiency with which you make those choices are what's going to define you, and they're what's going to keep you working. So, above all, be a good mechanic. Now the speech. There are no superheroes in Anthony Grieco's script bestsellers. No end-of-the-world explosions, no CGI bad guys. There are just people, actual people, 2 of them in particular, who meet and fight and try to change each other and then do. It's a love story, actually, but not the kissing kind. And it's set, of all places, in the world of publishing, books. And it tries to describe what it takes to write one. Writing of any kind requires courage, but to write a screenplay like that in 2015, in the climate of almost pathological timidity in which we are all working at the studios, when all you have to lean on are your characters and their flaws and their fears and their capacity for growth. That is something of a leap of faith. And Anthony made that leap brilliantly, I think, which to me makes him a superhero. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Anthony Grieco.
That was way better than anything I've ever heard in my writers group. Thank you. I'm coming down with something, so bear with me. There have been 3 other careers that I have ever imagined pursuing in my life. They are architect, psychiatrist, and photojournalist. The first 2 were eliminated by the fact that I'm just not very good at math. The third because without shower or hair product, I would probably make a terrible hostage in a theater of war. So here I am, a screenwriter, and what I like best about this craft is that it allows me to be all 3. I like to think I create blueprints for movies. I couch characters and analyze their behavior and their motivations. I use words to create snapshots for the minds of the reader. Sometimes all 3 of those elements converge in ways that lead to rare nights like this one. But there's more to being a screenwriter, or any pursuit for that matter. You need support, sometimes emotional, sometimes financial, and at all times motivational. I'd like to thank my mother. I can't imagine the courage it takes to have your only child live thousands of miles away and then listen to him bitch about how maybe he should have tried harder at math. You're always convinced that I'm better than I am, and I think that's what a great mother does. I love you. Thank you. To my father, who is no longer with us, he is a man who always told me that if I set my mind to it, I could become any kind of lawyer he wanted me to be. Well, Dad, I did one better. I married one. To my wife, who had the courage to marry a screenwriter, thank you for all the endless drafts you've read. Not only do you edit my work, you edit my life, producing a better draft with every pass of love and support. The life I am writing with you is and will always be my favorite story. And to my wife's family and my extended family of friends here in LA, thank you for embracing a wayward Canadian and his big American dreams. To my writing group, thank you for being my work's first audience and at oftentimes its only audience. You are my favorite social event of the week, and only masochists like writers can truly understand that. To my manager, thank you for sticking with me through all the drafts, the small victory, and all the Clint Eastwood might make this script moments. While I strive to keep my head up, you keep my feet on the ground. I don't know where you are, but thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank the Academy. You have provided me with some much-needed faith and courage as I face all the writing that lies ahead of me. My hope is that I can live up to the honor of having been welcomed into your fold. Thank you.